It's your boy T-Bear here. Today's Films Friday, and time for the main course of Films Friday, which is the Dead Meat Killer. Now, since right now, if you're watching it right now, this video is on my backup channel because my main channel is on one-week lockdown because of a community standard strike. So that's why I didn't want to do the poll, which is perfect because I was debating on either doing. I was waiting to see what's going to be the new kill count versus doing keep taking the Friday 13 recount. And lo and behold, I saw this already on HBO Max. I am very interested to see how James Agenese will do the kill count for this. This is one of the ones he announced in that video I reacted to on updates for Dead Meat. It is the kill count for the updated reboot of Mortal Kombat, the 2021 version. So yeah, unlike other folks, I did enjoy this. Know what I'm saying? I'm curious of how the story plot gonna be for the next one and everything, especially with Johnny Cage gonna be in there and everything, and with some of the guys they killed off already, like including Sub-Zero is going to lead to a Kui Lang taking over or new Subbot, as well as is Cam gonna get brought back because he was like everybody say he was the best of the movie as well too. And what's the deal with Kung Lao? Is it gonna be dead? Fuck whatever. It's gonna be some, what was it? The Revenant just thing going on with Quan Chi. Who knows? But other than that, without further ado, let's check out Mortal Kombat 2021 kill count. Let's get it.
Welcome to the kill count, where we tell
My man James, I liking that Scorpion outfit right there. That is dope. I like the Scorpion outfit, James. Where did you get that from? I gotta look. Somebody coming down if he says, hold up. Look at the back though. Y'all see the back? He got a Dan 40 Toasty action figure with a Toasty on it. That is awesome. He got this whole room hooked up for some more combat. I like it though. You know what I'm saying? I really do like it. The toys up there as well too. I like it, man.
tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James Agenese, and today we're looking at Mortal Kombat, the reboot released in 2021. I'm pumped to cover this movie because y'all know I'm an MK Ultra fan. That is, an Ultra fan of MK, not a fan of MK Ultra. I've played the game since an early age when they were somehow not as impossibly hard for me.
Right.
No, fuck. Earlier this year, I covered the 90s movies, and while the first is fun enough, the second is an abomination, and neither are my particular style in terms of aesthetic or humor. Conversely, this modern adaptation is my shit. Listen, I know it's got a lot of problems. The structures...
I'm glad glad we here with this, James. I'm really glad we're here with this, that we both like the reboot.
The mess and the Arcana thing feels like an unnecessary over-explanation. Plus, spoiler alert, they never get to the tournament. Mortal Kombat's about a tournament. They spend the whole movie talking about a tournament. Tournament. And yet they never get to the goddamn tournament. It's dumb. But this movie's dumb in a way I really enjoy. It's aware of its campy source material, but still plays things seriously enough to have an impact. Who the fuck isn't about to cheer when Scorpion says, that's friggin' awesome! Most everyone who made this movie was a fan of the games and wanted to do them justice. Among them was Australian director Simon McQuoid, who kept things going during the 12-week shoot in and around Adelaide, South Australia. Ultimately, this feels like a setup to a Mortal Kombat movie series, and if you keep that in mind, it should help you have a good time. I think it's
that's why I like, and see, I'm glad that James is not the one who kept them open mind, but I did too. I feel like this will lead to a series of it though, and I heard about that. It was just awesome. I like it. That's why I like where they're going with this though. That's why I was all very open minded that that's gonna keep going though. And then what's the story with Scorpion though too? The other thing I thought about that, will he continue to be on a neutral, unlike he was on the previous movies, or he's gonna eventually turn bad because of Quan Chi influence like that? But I like that how they make him like more of a neutral character, not like being part of any side. Like they've been advertising him as neutral for the later games anyway, but how more so he become neutral in the movies now and in the anime movies as well too.
fun, even if you don't know any of the lore. For fans of the franchise, though, it's even better, thanks to tons of little inside jokes that I'll be pointing out during this episode. I know plenty of people shat on this movie, and that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but I had a blast watching it, and maybe you will too. And besides, y'all, just like the games, this thing is gory as fuck.
Yes.
Cue the sponsor talk.
That's the thing about it, though. It's more gory than the original movies, though. That's the other thing I wish I liked. Anything. Another thing about the movie, everybody was ragging on the Cole guy. They was like, some even hoping he get killed in the next movie. It's crazy.
With Raycon earbuds, you can enjoy amazing audio quality wherever you are and no matter what you're doing. They fit snug inside your ear holes, so they'll stay put, even if you're fighting to save Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat! I use my Raycons to listen to podcasts and music while I'm doing chores. Lately, I've been using them while raking leaves, listening to the new Limp Bizkit album. Yeah! Raycons are available in 5 stylish colors, so you can get them as gifts for everybody this holiday season. They start at half the price of other premium audio brands, so they won't break the bank. And with free shipping and returns, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Get 15% off your order today by using the promo code HOLIDAY. Just go to buyraycon.com/deadmeat and use code HOLIDAY to get 15% off. The 90s movies had bloodless kills owing to their PG-13 ratings. This movie almost got an NC-17, and I'll show you why. Let's get to the kills.
Special way.
The movie begins in Japan in 1617 at the compound of Hanzo Hasashi. Hanzo is a ninja of the Shirai Ryu clan, but he's also a family man and confirmed wife guy. Oh, that's nice. While he's out getting water, though, his compound is attacked. The first victim is cut down, or up, on the other side of this wall. Hanzo's wife and son hide their family's baby girl before they're found by Bi-Han, a Chinese ninja of a rival clan called the Lin Kuei. He is not only a mean man, he also has ice powers, because this is the original Sub-Zero, motherfuckers! When Hanzo comes back, he's shocked to find a random ninja friend dead with a spear in his back. Actually, he's a bit more concerned with his wife and son's frozen bodies that he finds outside the compound, sitting there looking like a prize-winning ice sculpture. This leaves Hanzo understandably pissed, and he takes it out on the 4 Lin Kuei ninjas who attack him. He fucks them up real bad, and the movie doesn't hide from the gruesomeness of blade kills. By the way, this group of kills also includes 2 of Hanzo's men seen in the background. Hanzo grabs a kunai his wife had been using for gardening, and a long rope to fasten together his signature weapon, a harpoon that he uses to kill the next wave of ninjas. It's choreographed pretty clearly, which makes my job a whole lot easier. I counted 9 victims total during this attack, the last one getting clotheslined to the ground.
Get over here!
Hanzo finds Bi-Han, and though he doesn't speak his language, both of them are fully fluent in kick-ass.
Hold a second, close the door real quick. I love it. Yeah, because had to say on the other ones though, because I gotta let my boy say it when the time comes. But yes.
They have an awesome fight scene revolving around Hanzo's kunai, which makes its way into and across both of their bodies at various points. Bi-Han eventually overpowers his foe and sticks the spear tip into Hanzo's shoulder. He's so confident that it's enough to kill Hanzo that Bi-Han walks away like fuck it, looking like Jason in part 3. Hanzo's still alive enough to crawl past an extra body we didn't see before, but then he stretches out his arm and dies closer to his compound. Good thing he didn't make it inside. He might have burned the damn thing down with that fire magic. A thunder god named Raiden.
One thing I was wondering about was Sub-Zero behind, like, if this like take place like many years ago, how is he's able to live through that many years though? But we'll find out. I guess we'll have a story in the next movie.
Arrives, eyes all a-glowing, and finds the hidden heir of Hanzo Hasashi. It's time for that baby to take a lightning trip, and time for us to take a look at this title card with a K. Some text spells out our situation. Earthrealm, that's us, is one fighting tournament away from being taken over by the violent dimension known as Outworld. But again, don't hold your breath waiting for the tournament. Right now, we need to introduce shit like Hanzo Hasashi's descendant Cole Young, a movie-only character played by Louis Tan, created to be an audience surrogate of sorts. I know lots of people, myself included, weren't thrilled about the inclusion of a non-game new character. There's only one of those I'll stand. My boy Art Lean, rest in peace, buddy! But don't blame co-writer Greg Russo, a lifelong fan of the games. He said Cole Young was a studio demand that came straight from Warner Bros.
Wow.
Cole's a cage fighter with a loving wife Allison and daughter Emily, but their love doesn't keep him from getting his ass kicked. He's always losing his bouts, despite Emily's solid advice. Throw your uppercut! The uppercut is a big damage move in the games, especially in the first few before combos were more of a thing. Cole is beaten bloody, but seems like he still has fans, like this handsome stranger.
Cole Young, The man that took the belt from Eddie Tobias.
That name is a reference to the men who made Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon and John Tobias, who were working at Midway Games in the early 90s. This is Jax in his giant arms, and he's very forward asking Cole about his dragon marking. He's had it since birth, and it was also seen on Hanzo during his fateful trip to the watering hole. Jax keeps an eye on Cole as he and his family go for ice cream. Oh, and check it. This ice cream place must have experiential marketing, because it's snowing all of a sudden. It's more than snowing, actually. It's a full-on deep freeze here. And look who it is making things frosty. Beyond the Beehole is back as Sub-Zero, howling hard and
Behind the Beehole.
Helming one dude in the head, which I'll say kills it. This ice attack is awesome, since it was done practically. The effects team experimented with the best materials that would look and break like real ice, then devoted a whole warehouse to making enough of it. Special effects supervisor Peter Stubbs even built an ice gun to make the hail rain down. Jax rolls up to save Cole and his family, and while driving them to safety, tells Cole what's going on. That scary blue ninja is hunting both of them down, since they both have those dragon markings on their bodies.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
Before he can explain too much, Sub-Zero blocks their path, so Jax tells Cole to go find a woman named Sonya Blade while he tries to take care of the Iceman. The fight between Jax and Sub-Zero is preceded by some Easter egg graffiti, the controller input to perform Sub-Zero's freeze attack.
Shit!
Subby shows
I
up
didn't
for a
peep that
fight
before.
that gives us a look at Jax's muscles and
This is what I love. This is love about them. They never either. Even you watched them before, they'll peep stuff out for you.
action, but despite their impressive girth, he gets his ass kicked by Sub-Zero. I mean, the guy does have ice powers. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Jax. Subby uses his powers to force Jax into submission, then freezes him from hands to shoulders. With a painful shattering, Jax loses his Second Amendment rights. That's really gonna suck when you can't catch yourself during a fall.
Right.
Damn, that looked painful. Subby, you mean. As we've
That's why I'm okay watching the edited version, because I watched the movie already. So
seen, Bihan has been a bad guy for centuries, but nowadays he's working for the desolate, hostile Outworld. He's hunting down people with dragon markings on behalf of a sorcerer named Shang Tsung, played here by Chin Han, who has the unfortunate job of stepping into the massive shoes left by Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. Shang Tsung wants to kill all of Earthrealm's potential champions before the tournament can even begin. Don't worry, Shangy, you've got time. Cole drops off Emily and Allison somewhere safe and heads to Gary, Indiana to meet Sonya Blade. He gets to her shitty trailer and shows her his shitty marking, earning her trust and a dollop of backstory. Sonya and Jax served together in the US Special Forces, but lately they've been researching those dragon markings. On a mission years ago, they found a target with the marking who had superhuman abilities. When Jax killed the target, the marking transferred to his body. As best they can tell, the marking has to do with some kind of legendary inter-realm fighting tournament.
It's an invitation to fight for something known as Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat! And yeah, this scene is one big old exposition dump, but at least it includes Easter eggs for Mortal Kombat fans. Peep that picture of Nightwolf, one of my favorite characters. Or that bust of Kotal Khan, the future former leader of Outworld. There may be more Easter eggs hidden here too. Sonya's wall of intel became a full-time job for the art department.
We knew that if the camera went across it, it would be freeze-framed and red. So everything had to be accurate and everything had to be right.
But enough of those cameos. Let's get another character in the mix. The Australian criminal, Kano.
Kano what?
Kano, none of your fucking business.
No last name. Kano is a ruthless mercenary who works for the Black Dragon clan. Sonya's holding him captive because he has a dragon marking. Just like Jax, Kano's marking appeared after he killed someone else who had it.
You were never chosen.
Of course, neither was Sonya. She doesn't even have a marking. All of a sudden, they start getting an invisible beatdown thanks to a camouflaged foe. It steps on Kano's face and scars it with a nasty slash, then slinks around in the rafters, dripping acid from its mouth. This is Syzoth, aka Reptile, an MK mainstay who's had invisibility since he was a hidden character in the first game. I love how they use a flare in this fight to keep track of him. Reptile's character evolved from a green palette swap ninja to being a member of the reptilian species known as Saurians. Since director Simon McQuoid wanted to draw from all of Mortal Kombat's lore, he made his movie's version both quadrupedal and bipedal. The 3-on-1 handicap match eventually ends when Kano punches into Reptile's chest and, screaming, removes his heart.
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
Josh Lawson is so damn entertaining as Kano, and many of his lines were improvised. Not sure which ones though. So
That explains why he was so obese on there. You know, he's a bad guy. He was obese on that joint. He had me rolling that whole movie.
Sonya wants to go to Raiden's temple, where champions train for Mortal Kombat, and Kano knows where it is since he used to run weapons there. He takes them there on a cargo plane that they have to parachute out of. Then they begin the long trek with Kano as their guide. He says he knows where they're going, but that dude lives in a house of lies. Since he's such a dick, it's a good thing they get additional help in the form of this Karate Kid. It's Liu frickin' Kang, and he's got frickin' fireballs.
Does that mean I'm gonna get superpowers at any point?
Liu Kang's a Shaolin
I wish they kind of played a little line. He said, hold up there, MC Hammer.
monk from the Order of Light, another Earthrealm champion in the employment of Lord Raiden. He's played by Ludi Lin, previously a Power Ranger, and another fighting game character in an episode of Black Mirror. Liu leads them across the desert expanse until they arrive at Raiden's temple. Both of the previous Mortal Kombat films had awesome on-location shoots, and I'm glad this installment continues that tradition, now with more sweeping cinematography. Location supervisor Jacob McIntyre scouted epic landscapes throughout Australia. Sometimes they needed to modify things, like with Hanzo's lush Japan set compound. There, they added fake moss and greenery to Mount Crawford's pine forest an hour away from Adelaide.
Nice.
For Raiden's temple, though, filmed at an empty opal mine called Cooper Pedy, they didn't have to do anything. Though it had never been filmed before, it was already screen ready. Lu's hand lantern and a secret door gains them entrance inside the temple, where murals depict previous tournaments and give us more Easter eggs. One of them shows the realm named Edenia, and another Shao Kahn, the hammer-wielding emperor of Outworld. And yeah, Cole, that one's got your grandpappy in it. Explains all those weird dreams you've been having lately. Besides the murals, which look really cool in real life, Raiden's temple includes other Easter eggs, such as the steel fans of Princess Katana and Shinnok's amulet, an important item in the game's storylines. Liu Kang introduces everyone to Lightning Daddy Raiden, who says they're pretty shithouse champions, especially you, Kano. Raiden's played by Tadanobu Asano in a performance that I know disappointed a lot of people.
One more victory, and Outworld will gain control over Earth forever.
I think it's fine, but I was expecting more given Asano's electric performance in Ichi the Killer.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if he just took this role because he's a fan of hats. It may not bristle me as much as Christopher Lambert's Weasley depiction, but I was hoping for more of the forcefulness we get from the video game version.
Our time has run out.
True.
I do what I must to save Earthrealm.
Raiden's worried about this scrappy band of misfits because Shang Tsung is a real son of a bitch. Not only does the sorcerer have Sub-Zero on his side, he's got this shorty with a monster mouth named Melina. Outworld may be a bit barren, but it's still dazzling thanks to them shooting at Lee Creek Coal Mine. Director McQuoid hauled his cast and crew there 6 hours away from Adelaide, correctly thinking that the on-location shoot would add to the performances and epicness. Sub-Zero ice forces his way inside Raiden's temple. The baddies are here to wreck the place and give Shang Tsung some spiritual nom-noms.
Their souls are mine.
Dude eats souls. Raiden shows up and tells Shang Tsung to fuck off, please and thank you. They'll fight at the tournament and not before it, even if it doesn't happen in this movie. He puts up a lightning shield with his Power Ranger staff, and that's enough to push the plot back a little while longer. The newbies start training with Liu Kang and his cousin, professional hat thrower Kung Lao.
Descendant of the great Kung Lao.
Kung Lao's ancestor was shown in one of those murals, defeating Shang Tsung, which prevented an earlier Earthrealm takeover attempt. Liu and Kung Lao have unlocked their Arcanas, this movie's invention that explains why everyone has superpowers.
Right.
They did so by training, aka leveling up, but it's not just about the grind.
See, people may not dislike it. I like it. Could definitely be a good explanation on like why everybody, especially since the first one, everybody has little special powers and all of that. Even from folks from the Earth and in the USA and all of that. That's actually I like how they depict this reason for them having their special moves, as you say, or they call weapons. It's because of the Arcana. I kind of liked it. Maybe the part of the minimal, part of the minor, what you would call it, the very minimal that likes it. But hey, you like what you like.
You also need a dragon marking equipped. So, sorry, Sonya, no superpower for you.
Fucking whoops.
The North Boys get to
Yo, he's
fighting,
an
which, as
asshole.
always in this movie, is a treat to watch. It's impressive how actor Max Huang matches the spinny, fluid style of video game Kung Lao. He says
did.
it was the Chinese martial arts style Wing Chun. Huang was a real-life fan of the games, as were many other cast and crew members. Jax's actor, Mikad Brooks, said that as a kid, he was Scorpion for Halloween.
This is still a big deal to me.
I love that the actors cared about the franchise.
And I'd actually dress as I twice when I was a little kid. I dressed as a more comic character. My 5th grade year, I was Raiden. I had a Raiden costume, In my 7th grade year, I had a smoke costume.
as much as writer
Human smoke costume.
Russo and director McCoy. This doesn't feel like it was just another job for them. They seem to know the importance of portraying these characters properly for fans of the franchise. Melina's actor, Sissy Stringer, got a 2,000-word fan essay about her character's backstory so she could go into the role fully prepared. The training sequence includes a reference to a common playstyle.
Before I go back, I gotta look at that because when I heard about that and I saw her, I thought she was hot, yo, for real. I thought she was hot.
Stringer got a 2,000-word fan essay
And
about her character's backstory.
And I was happy they had a black girl playing Melina. That was awesome.
So she could go into the role fully prepared. The training sequence includes a reference to a common playstyle in the original game, spamming the leg sweep.
That's the only move you know, mate. Ah! Oh, fuck.
Another game reference is mentioned while Liu Kang tells Cole Young his backstory. He mentions Bo Rai Cho, the man who trained him in Kung Lao, and who in the games early on was a guy who burped and farted a lot. It was dumb. Since she can't train with the marked boys, Sonya instead hangs out with Jax, who's being treated in the temple after Liu Kang found him alive, but, you know, armless. Now he's rocking these mechanical limbs, which aren't exactly a one-to-one replacement for his previously bulging biceps.
Oh, those are great, mate. They make those in men's sizes?
Kano goes on a supper-time tirade of personal insults and mild racism, and that anger unlocks his arcana, which blasts forth from his eye.
Ah, laser beam! Better than fireballs, you pussy!
No matter how much they beat up Cole, though, the kid just can't find his power. Must be extra disappointing after he finds out he's the descendant of Hanzo Hasashi, a legendary warrior murdered by Sub-Zero. Since Cole won't shut up about how much he misses his family, Raiden opens a lightning portal and sends the guy home. Cheaper than ride shares, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Allison, you hugged that frugal husband. Here, let's meet some more Mortal Kombat characters. Freaking Cabal, one of my faves, and 2 characters I was unfamiliar with. Reiko and Natara, who Shang Tsung keeps saying is hot.
She is beautiful.
And then
That's because I guess he must have stopped at Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Nataro is from she came on Daily Alliance or I know not either Daily Alliance or Deception. I think it was Deception she first came out, or the other way around. Let me double check. Do a quick pause real quick. Yeah, I was right. Daily Alliance. I think she was on Daily Alliance. I'm not sure if she was on Deception as well too. But yeah, I was like wondering why they was bringing her up in a lot of stuff because she had appearance on the Mortal Kombat Legend with Scorpion and on the second one as well too. But I was wondering why they made her brought up on there. And the other guy he said he was familiar with is Reiko. I can see why he said that because I was wondering why they made Reiko super
one of my faves.
Super big on there though, like and shout out to Nathan Jones for WWE wrestler that's playing him though. But yeah, I did not know why they felt the need a man so big or anything. And Rocket Hammer, I don't think he really Rocket Hammer like that. But hey.
And 2 characters I was unfamiliar with, Reiko and Natara, who Shang Tsung.
But yeah, Reiko came from Mortal Kombat 4, and he was on the he was on the Armageddon.
Saying is hot.
She is beautiful.
In every single way. There's also the still unseen Shokan warrior Prince Goro, who was earlier teased in one of those murals. Shang Tsung says they all about to beat up some Earthrealmers, and to get to them, they'll lean on Cabal's networking skills.
You see a guy down there? Complete fucking asshole. Answers to Kano.
Cabal knows Kano through the Black Dragon Syndicate, and in fact, Kano's the reason Cabal's all Darth Vaderized. Through a profanity-ridden back and forth, Cabal convinces Kano to join the bad guys.
Just name your price, then double it again. What are you waiting for, asshole?
Kano agrees and destroys Raiden's shield thingy with his laser eye, allowing Shang Tsung
That's the other thing kind of got me a little confused with Cabal thing. They kind of switched that story up a little bit. You know, before Kano got Cabal in, but he was like still playing good guy because it was a couple of stories there where Cabal was the good guy at first though, and he got brought in by Kano, but still playing good. The first set of Cabal, he was like, you know, against Kano because they left him for dead at it was causing be what he was, and then the other one, the second story of Cabal. Well, third story is the second story of Cabal. They made him a bad guy. I think that was the Deception Deadly Alliance thing. But the story from like the MK9, X and XL and X and 11. He was a former cop. He was a former Black Dragon who became a cop later on with Stryker, and then he got into that because he got burned by Kintaro. But yeah. But it's crazy how they made this twist story up again with this one, having be like a guy who actually recruit Kano all the way around. But it's still interesting though. I kind of like his character a little bit as well too, because like I like the way he talked, but I didn't like how they did it.
Hotbox the place with evil smoke that transports him and his hench people there. Fighting promptly ensues. Liu Kang goes up against Cabal's superhuman speed and hook weapons. Reiko takes his boom hammer to Jackson his rough draft arms, and the ladies square up, with Sonya having to defend herself against Melina's pair of scythes. Melina gets the best of Sonya and even gets a little bit kinky with it, but since Sonya's blood doesn't have that dragon marking spice to it, Melina says she's not worthy.
Your death has no worth.
Purple teleport away! Kano picks up the slack and puts Sonya down by laser beaming a giant hand onto her body, which is probably its own category on Pornhub. As Cabal gets the best of Liu Kang, Shang Tsung tells his hottie hot vampire girlfriend to fight Kung Lao.
Now destroy him, my beauty.
That doesn't go great for Natara. Kung Lao centers himself and revs up his chakram hap and rides Natara into it so she gets freaking buzzsawed, yeah!
Flawless victory.
Fuck yeah, it was, dude. That was sick. During all this fighting, Cole...
I got a feeling that's gonna be the golden chainsaw. That better be.
Gets a home visit from Prince Goro, who for whatever reason comes out of his shed. This Goro looks pretty good for a giant CG beast, although I missed the clunky animatronic created by Tom Woodruff at ADI. It wasn't great, but I can't help thinking how good a modern day practical Goro could look. Just think of Neil Scanlon's work in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and imagine a Goro of that caliber. Instead, we get a digital version, which was done with two dudes in blue screen suits, the back one on stilts, so they could choreograph a fight properly using the character's four arms. Props to VFX supervisor Chris Godfrey for all the solid CG. I did not realize that Jax's entire chest had blue screen effects going on. It looks great. Much better than his Annihilation bullshit.
I figured that because of his arm.
Allison gets involved to help her man, turning Goro's attention to her and Emily. And you do not want that guy's attention. With his family in danger, Cole finally finds his Arcana. It's a suit of armor that comes out of a bracelet Emily had made for him earlier. And because of that, it looks like golden thread. It also looks bad, in my opinion. Kind of cheap, perhaps a product of this movie's budget. $55 million isn't exactly an indie movie, but it's not a huge blockbuster budget either. I think every dollar wound up on the screen, but they might not have had enough to make all the costumes great. Regardless, costume designer Cappy Ireland put a lot of thought into all of the outfits. Shang Tsung is rocking ancient Chinese armor, for instance, with the souls he's stolen imprinted on it. I like that they changed Raiden's hat from straw to metal, and apparently on Cabal's costume, he's got a police badge from his buddy Stryker, another game character who hasn't yet made it to the big screen.
Okay, okay, I explained that. I might have to hear a little. I can't wait for the more comments to use backstory of that then.
Cole's armor is part of his Arcana, which is also kind of lame. I guess it's a kinetic thing where he can absorb blows and turn them into strength or something. He uses this newfound advantage to go on the offense against Prince Goro, and he fares much better in the second round of their bout, especially with that uppercut. He even materializes a pair of golden tonfa, and with those he really lays into his four-armed foe. Well, four-armed and three-handed. With his tonfa, Cole delivers some gnarly slashes and stabs that finally puts the Prince of Shokan down. It sucks that we only got a few minutes of Goro, but at least he went out with some gore, yo. At Raiden's temple, Jax finds Sonya being crushed to death. The care he has for his comrade unlocks his Arcana, a pair of metal arms that look a lot more like his video game ones. It does beg the question though, what would his Arcana have been if he had never lost his arm?
That's why I was, that right there, I was questioning that myself a million times. You know, I liked it. I was questioning like what his Arcana would have been if he didn't lose his arm.
Man, the Arcana thing is dumb. Raiden begins a tactical retreat, but Kung Lao gets caught by Shang Tsung. Kung Lao is killed by Shang Tsung when the sorcerer sucks out his soul. In some circles, they call that a soul slurp. You know, like a turkey slurpee.
I'm just gonna say pause, James. That didn't sound right at all. That did not sound right at all, James.
Raiden teleports his champions to an inter-realm location called the Void. Even Cole, who takes a lightning portal from his front yard. Love you, fam, but bye. Gotta go get my inheritance. A garden spade from the White-Eyed Wizard Man. Cole says that they can beat the bad guys as long as they fight them on their terms. That means pairing everyone off at different locations. But how can they do that?
Lord Raiden, can you send anyone anywhere?
Oh, okay, that was easy. The fights take place simultaneously, but it's easier to go through them one by one. So, the first bout takes place in the Pit, an infamous Mortal Kombat stage that's been in many of the games. There, Jax fights Reiko
I don't
with
know.
Hammer.
That and the Toro's death might be the fight, because this was pretty badass.
The new and improved arms proved to make it a much more even match, and Jax ends things pretty quickly when he jumps and claps Reiko's skull into smithereens. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, these motherfuckers work.
The next fight is probably my favorite of this bunch, since it takes place in close quarters. Kano fights Sonya in her tiny trailer home, which she's outfitted with secret hatches and crawl spaces aplenty. I really like how confined all their attacks are here. Plus, they beat each other up using simple household items. You could make a BuzzFeed list out of that. The fight spills outside through the bathroom window, where Sonya ends things by stabbing Kano in the eye with a garden gnome. With that kill, the dragon marking passes from his body to hers. The Arcana is still a dumb thing, but I'm happy for you, Sonya. Next is Liu Kang facing off against Cabal in a rematch, like this were a Raw the night after a pay-per-view. Liu's more prepared for Cabal.
A Raw after paper, because he knows how shitty Duddy has gotten us lately.
Speed this time, and even hits him with a bicycle kick, one of the most satisfying moves to land in the game, partly because of the ridiculous sound effect. The kick traps Cabal in a pit of some sorts, and now Liu Kang is ready to murk him. He summons a giant fire dragon that swoops in and engulfs Cabal, getting things all sorts of toasty. Cabal falls to his knees, a crispy burnt boy. I love how much this death matches the game fatality, too. Finally, we have Cole fighting Melina, who keeps up the purple teleportation. Teleportation? She ends up getting so mad that she screams the corners of her mouth open, showing us the extent of her sharp teeth and making her look more like her video game self. That's a problem for Cole, but thankfully for him, Sonya shows up with her new Arcana. It's her pink energy bracelets that she launches straight through Melina's torso. Wait, why didn't the ring sever her spinal cord? You know what? Fuck it. It's fine. These last two bouts were filmed at the Black Hill Granite Quarry, 2 hours outside of Adelaide. Keeping with McQuote's desire to have as many things as practical as possible, the actors fought in front of real fire being piped in through copper fixtures. Cabal's death was a huge fire stunt performed by his physical actor, stuntman Daniel Nelson. Cabal's voice, on the other hand, was provided by Damon Harriman, the guy who played Charles Manson in both Mindhunter and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. With the other evil henchmen defeated, all that's left is Sub-Zero, who's such a horror villain, he's showing up in jump scares at Cole's family's safe house. He appears to the Earthrealm champions and indicates that he's been up to some daughter napping. That lures Cole to follow him solo straight into the Badlands. It's actually Cole's gym they wind up at, where his story began, but now it's covered in ice, courtesy of production designer Naaman Marshall. He built the dip tank to cover all the set pieces in their fake ice material, then painted more on for good measure. It was so effective, the actors said they felt cold on set. With the fate of his frozen family at stake, Cole begins his fight against Bi-Han, who immediately neutralizes his Tonfa and kicks his ass 7 ways to Sunday. The descendant of Hanzo Hasashi fights back and bleeds all over the spear, and that triggers a resurrection. Hanzo, who returns from the Netherrealm as Scorpion. Thus begins what's probably the most kick-ass fight of this movie, the one-on-one battle between fan favorites Sub-Zero and Scorpion. This is such a better use of these characters than the 1995 film, where they were both brainless henchmen of Shang Tsung. These two have always had an intricate, bombastic relationship, and I love seeing it come to the big screen. Yes, you are. Their fight continues with frozen blood daggers and harpoons on chains as Cole tries desperately to thaw out his family. Oh shit, and Sub-Zero uses Ice Clone? That's another classic move. Fuck yeah, I love this movie. And boy does Joe Taslim have a flair for the dramatic. Taslim, who plays Sub-Zero, was previously in The Raid. Co-actor Mikad Brooks watched it before shooting their fight scene, which he said might have been a mistake.
I gotta fight that dude?
Taslim moved so fast, he had to slow things down for the camera, a result of his 15 years on the Indonesian judo team. This was a treat for stunt coordinator Kyle Gardner and fight choreographer Chan Griffin.
You need to do the things that you always wanted to do in a movie and everyone tells you you can't do.
Griffin was excited to work with performers who could handle anything he threw at them, even when they were just shy of 60, like Scorpion's actor Hiroyuki Sanada. Some, like Sonya's actor Jessica McNamee, tried to do a lot of the fighting and stunts themselves. Others, like Josh Lawson, not so much.
My stunt double looks so much like me that I'm the first to go, step in, buddy. You look good. You look good. You look better than me, so go for it.
Wow.
The holy grail was this final fight, though. Taslim and Louis Tan were so experienced they didn't use doubles, which Taslim said makes for better chemistry on screen.
When you fight someone and then they double the other guy, it feels like you fight two different persons.
It comes down to a 2-on-1 that sees the Chinese warrior start to lose ground. He rips off his blue armor, giving himself the all-black appearance of his future persona, Noob Saibot. Stay tuned for that evil motherfucker in any sequels. Bihan also drops the Sub-Zero
So I was right. They might have a new Saibot going. They might run back his new Saibot.
He makes his final stand for the Lin Kuei, but he's no match for 2 generations of Hanzos who get him to his knees. If you're gonna dress like a noob, you're about to get treated like one, dude. Scorpion uses his newfound Hellfire powers to light Sub-Zero ablaze with a giant blast from his mouth flamethrower. Just like that, Subby's turned into an ashen corpse. Now Scorpion has been freed, just like Cole's family, and he tells his descendant to please try to keep the bloodline going. Okay, back to hell. Raiden and the others show up, which, you know, maybe they could have done 15 minutes ago. Shang Tsung is still lurking around, but I told you, we ain't getting the tourney in this film. And don't worry about all your faves that got killed.
Death is only another portal.
With that, there's hope that we'll get more Kano and Goro in future films. Raiden sends Shang Tsung back to Outworld with a lightning blast and tells his champions that they need to prepare for that tournament. It'll happen, he swears. The movie ends with Cole headed to Hollywood to make contact with their top recruit, an action star by the name of Johnny Cage, hopefully played by The Miz. How many kills
Everybody been talking about it when The Miz do it, so we'll see.
did I just count with a K? Let's find out. Hey, Lord Raiden, that'll help get into the numbers? Oh, perfect. That guy can send anyone anywhere. I counted 31 kills in Mortal Kombat 2021.
I like it. He did like the last one. Got the characters on there. Hold up. Oh, they got he got Reiko with no head, and the Taro sliced up. I like it. Oh, he got Goro missing a hand. Oh shit. And he got who he got? He got Melina with a hole in her chest, her stomach. That's awesome. You gotta love Jane's show.
Only 3 of them were of women, while the 28 male victims included a lot of unnamed ninjas. Some frozen chunks in that pie chart, though, so I don't think it's fit for consumption.
Here we go.
With a runtime of 110 minutes, that left us with...
Could it be Nataro or Reiko? I want to say Nataro should get it, but we'll see.
Kill on average about every 3.5 minutes. Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill is tough, because there were a lot of awesome ones. But I'll give it to Nataro.
Yes!
I think it's the kill most people will
remember
walking away from this thing. Dual Machete for lamest kill is gonna have to go to any of the nameless ninjas seen dead, having been killed off screen. Everything else was dope. And that's it.
So. I guess so. I would say the guy he included when Sub-Zero Rod got hit in the head with the dice, which should have been a lame kill, because like I didn't know he was there. I thought he just got hit. But this is good picks.
Kombat came out in 2021 and was the first movie I saw in theaters since Invisible Man.
He had that. Him and Chelsea had the outfits for the movie. Okay, yo, where did he get the outfit from? Like, it's comment down below.
February 2020. That could also play into why I like it so much. Though I'm hoping for a sequel, nothing's been confirmed yet. So I'll keep crossing my fingers. And in the meantime, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Here we go.
Hi kids, do you like violence?
Oh, this one.
Killer clown do a whole bunch of gory shit? Then sit the fuck down and listen up. Stitches the Clown is ready for showtime.
Kombat show.
And he's got a bunch of tricks that'll blow your fucking mind. This low-budget Irish flick features a killer clown played by a British comedian.
Oh, goodbye, Funny Bones.
The deaths are unthiev and disgusting. And Stitches evokes classic horror comedies like Evil Dead, meaning it's not afraid to get silly. And it's not afraid to get bloody. It's the best of both worlds, with a bunch of Irish accents mixed in.
Oh, it's funny, is it? Yeah, laugh it up, yeah.
So basically, this movie is fun as fucking hell to watch.
Everybody happy?
Take my word and check it out this weekend for yourself. And on Sunday, in just 2 days, you fucks.
You're an asshole, you big dumb clown.
Watch the Kill Count, only on Dead Meat.
Stitches can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Dead Meat always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count on Mortal Kombat! I want to to thank some patrons like Connor Dixon, Tony J. Dietz, and
keep it
Drake.
fun.
Just a reminder, if you didn't see last week's video, some big news on the kill count schedule. Not only will Zorn be covering the Tremor series from January to April, but after this month, I will not be returning to host a kill count until summer 2022. Check out that video for more information, and thanks for understanding.
Yeah, I actually that's where we reacted to. But yeah, so Stitches won't actually be added to the poll, the next poll I pulled up though. But hopefully, I'm on my main channel again though. But yeah, that will be added to the new poll as a part of a pair or anything. So I gotta remember what I had up there. So it will be paired up. I might pair it up with no, that's gonna be paired up with the runner up, the save kill count and the run up kill that we pair together, and Stitch will be added along with another movie. It will be added on to the poll as a pair as well too. It's got to think of one. But other than that, good to see this Mortal Kombat kill count for the Mortal Kombat 2021. You know, I watched the movie already. It was good to see the movie again in the kill count form. And you know, James A. Niece is a beast. I'm loving the Scorpion outfit he got going on and the memorability he got in the background too, though, for real. And I love the breakdown and everything. And he's like me, he liked the movie as well too. You know, he knew there's some stuff that you know didn't sit well, but he still enjoyed the movie just like I did. I'm saying so. And I was able to break down some stuff about Mortal Kombat 4 and the sincerity characters as well too, like Natara and Reiko as well too. But other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.